Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevvy. With me, as always, is young Alexi. This week on the show, we got the great Andrea Jin.
I'm in my car. If you can't tell. Because there's electricians. Oh my god. Can you hear? Is that fine?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my dog's here. Wait, because she was whining because she needed to come. She was like, I have to be here also for this.
She's so tired.
Yeah, she's tired.
She's got to keep an eye on things.
From whining.
Wow. Nice to see you, Andrea.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Both of you.
Yeah.
Well, you have coffee.
Yep, I got it. You know what's funny is my my go-to Starbucks was maybe it was like a 10-minute walk away. And then when it closed, I was crushed. I was like, what? But then I realized that there's a hospital right by my place, and it has the Starbucks that's always open. It's closer, and I just didn't know about it.
Oh.
The quarantine's really working out for me is what I'm saying.
I'm surprised. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yay.
How are you? How's harvesting blueberries?
I haven't been to a Starbucks since that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been to any store because I'm super paranoid. I carry around a bottle of bleach with me everywhere I go.
Really?
Yeah, and I bleached my door handles by accident.
By accident?
Yeah, because I was freaking out because I was like, oh, I need to bleach my door handles. And then, because the spray bleach, it doesn't show up till the next day. And then the next day, Levi used my car to go to the store. And he was like, you have bleach dripping down the sides of your car.
You're
and
like, hashtag quarantine problems.
Because I take it I'm just super paranoid. Yesterday we bought some snacks and I just sprayed bleach on everything, and then today all the color washed off of all the packaging.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some high quality bleach.
And all the snacks I ate some, and it all reminds me of bleach. Everything is bleach flavored now without me wanting that, so that backfired. That's not good.
What if you start to get a taste for it?
Yeah, I kind of like it now, I think.
Trying to reintegrate into society after all of this, and you're just carrying around a little bottle and just
you're just super into bleach after this. That's like what's that show about people who have really weird, it's not My Strange Addiction. It's a different one. It's like, I saw this one where this girl was obsessed with huffing computer cleaner.
With her computer cleaner.
Yeah. And she'd buy bottles of it, and then she'd be in Walmart buying bottles, and then she'd run to her car and be like, ah. So that's yeah. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty good, actually, I thought.
I saw someone too from that same show that was huffing gasoline.
Yeah.
And she would she'd always
let's be honest. Gasoline smells pretty good.
It does smell good.
So
that's crazy. No, gasoline is a common one. People always say that gasoline smells good. I saw this lady though. She liked drinking her own pee. She was like, I must drink my own pee. It's. She thinks it's what's keeping her healthy and stuff. You know.
Huh.
So, and she takes baths in her own pee.
Oh,
really?
I've definitely heard of this before too. This is a thing where people think that they need to cycle through their fluids through their body a few times to make sure they get all the nutrients.
Well, they just really don't want to waste. I think the part that's most impressive to me is being able to fill a bathtub with their own pee. That seems like a project.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's a lot of pee.
What are we talking?
Not that full. If you were sitting down to your waist.
I mean, even when you're trying to run a regular bath, I mean, you're kind of waiting for it to get to that height for a while.
Yeah.
That is a lot of pee.
She had jugs of her pee, just around. So I think that's for the bathwater.
You know, okay, I hear about people doing that far too regularly. Like my friend Devon, he had a roommate who did that, would like keep his pee in jars around his bedroom and stuff like that. And then
What?
Yeah, and oddly enough, they don't live together anymore. But why jars? Why keep it?
I don't know. People have weird things.
Yeah.
Is that narcissism to think that your own pee is like awesome?
Yeah.
I'm just really enjoying your interesting camera techniques.
Me too.
We've seen
I'm like,
the whole ceiling of the car. Like a dog.
Yeah.
We got a good view of your headphones now.
Yeah.
I know, because I was like trying to see with the optimal placement of I figured it out. It's my shift gear handle. Yeah, because I was like, where do I put this? And then it was like glaring at the sun, and I was like, okay, that's not good. And then and I forgot.
Because Alexi and I, we're living vicariously through you. Like, it seems like you're on some kind of adventure right now. I'm assuming a blueberry farm or something.
Right. So it's a blueberry. So, okay. So I'm a farmer, which is crazy. Because if you think of anyone that would be a farmer, it's probably not me, right?
When I think farmer, I think Mace Galone.
Right. Like you think someone else that's like simple life or like likes to be away from the city or like simple, not simple things, but just like quiet and peace. And yeah, I hate it. Peace and quiet is really scary. I don't like peace and quiet. It's very disturbing. That's where like bugs are and murderers. I don't know.
That's where bugs are and snakes.
Snakes. Oh.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this.
I don't even like the horses around here. People have horses, and I'm like, yesterday I was like, what's the purpose of a horse? Yeah. Like I said that, and Levi was like, what did you just ask me? I was like, what is the purpose of a horse? Why do people have horses? And then he was like, actually, you know what? Good question. I don't know. So yeah, there is no purpose for a horse, really.
Alexia, I think we have our episode title.
Yeah.
No purpose for a horse.
There is no purpose for a horse. What are horses? What the fuck? Like they don't.
Well, you can ride them. They can carry a nice carriage in the 20s around New York.
That's stupid.
They can also kick the shit out of you. I saw a horse kick a dog once. Didn't go well for that dog.
Yeah, those are all bad things. Those are all bad things that you don't want now. Because like, if I wanted to ride something to go get around, I'm not gonna pick something that's 1 horsepower. Because a horse.
1 horsepower.
Because a horse is only 1 horsepower, but my car is fucking how much? Like, let me look at my car. I don't even know, but I know it's like 500 horsepower or something.
I like that you're looking at the dash for that information.
I don't know where to find it.
Gauge. Yeah. That's a great point, Andrea. Horses are fucking useless.
Yeah, all they do is just like are scary at night. Because at night, I was driving at night.
Oh.
Because I was driving around.
Scourge of nighttime horse attacks.
Yeah, well, he wasn't even attacking anyone. Like, he was just in his stable being a horse. And then, like, I drove by with my car, and then the horse looked at me, and I thought it was, like, some crazy alien. And then it freaked me out. So I was like, what the fuck? And then it turns out it was the horse. And that's why I was like, why do we have horses? And so, yeah, that's all they're good for, is scaring me at night.
You know, I mean, they're very good at that. Everyone has their own unique talent. But I don't know actually why I was sticking up for horses, because one bit my head when I was a child.
Of course.
Yeah, bit the top of my head. I think it thought I was a carrot, maybe. And then it kicked my dog, like I said. And then,
oh, my God.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Fuck horses.
Because I've only ever heard bad horse stories. I've never heard of like a horse saved my life. That's never happened. It's always been like a horse almost kicked me, threw me, killed my dog, did this to my family, you know.
You did this to my yeah.
A horse owes me money. You know?
I like the idea of a horse doing something to your family. It's like, what an evil horse. It actually found out the password for our bank account. It drained our life savings, that horse.
Yeah. And
set my house on fire.
Yeah, right? So Andrea, what, wait a second. I just want to say that you hating horses, I mean, you only like dogs, and more specifically, you only like your dog. So
yes.
I think you just hate animals.
I don't like animals except for animals that are under my care, I guess. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
What else? But yeah, no, I did not know that this was gonna be my future. Just fucking like
you're a blueberry harvester.
Yeah, driving around middle of nowhere and just like scared of stuff, and then dirt. There's always dirt, and there's like just dirt, and that's all farming is. You know what? I see on Twitter that everyone's like, "Oh my god, gonna have a farm! Like I'm gonna have wish I had a farm. Guess I'm a farmer now." And they're all living in their fucking apartments doing TikToks and shit. And I don't even have the luxury of thinking about doing TikToks because I have to farm shit.
Yeah. But you're probably really building up that upper body strength.
Not really. Actually, you know what? I don't even do anything. I just tell Levi to do stuff. I've actually done no farm work.
Wow.
I carried a wheelbarrow. Like I just wheeled a wheelbarrow probably, I think 1 foot. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm tired." And then I went inside.
Wow.
I was like, "Levi, can you do this?" And he was like, "Okay." And then I just went inside.
Well, he's Mr. Healthy now anyway, so he deserves it.
Yeah, everyone else is doing so much, and they all asked me to do stuff. My grandma yesterday, she was like, "Can you go help with some work?" And I was like, "Okay." And then I started just I didn't. Yeah.
I like the ending of that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't. I just didn't. Because I was like, who is she? Who is she to tell me what to do? And also, she's not helping. She was inside cooking us all dinner. And I was like, I didn't feel like it. And I started watching TikToks.
Really?
Started watching TikToks in the farm while everyone is working so hard. They all came back too, and they were so tired because they were planting trees. Remember yesterday I told you we were planting fruit trees?
Yep.
They were doing that, and then I decided that it was too much work for me, and so I went inside, watched TikTok videos. Everyone came back. They were so tired, and I was hiding from them.
Well, a farm is a good place to hide from your family, I think.
Yeah, I hid behind a big chair because I didn't want everyone to see that I was just on the couch watching videos.
I get it.
I was ashamed.
There's no shame in hiding from your family. I've been doing it for years. Wow. So what's new on TikTok? What do you like on TikTok?
Okay, I love when people dance. I know that's a very basic one, but I like when they're dancing. It looks like they're having a good time, you know?
Yeah.
And I like the animal ones where the dogs are just doing some shit. Because I don't like when people do scripted TikToks. Yeah. I like when something just happens, and they caught that moment. Mm-hmm. And it's usually with a dog. Because you can't tell a dog to do. There's only so much you can tell a dog to do. They're not going to be actors, right? Yeah. And so they catch the dogs doing some dumb bullshit, and it's really funny.
That's why that's your favorite animal. Your dog.
Yes. Only my dog.
Yeah. Do you like pranks?
Yeah. Have you been watching? Do you guys watch TikToks?
Yeah.
I know I don't really like. It's like all new social media platforms. I was just hoping it would fail so I wouldn't have to embrace it.
Yeah.
Like, what was that one last year? What was that one last or 2 years ago? Vimo or something? And I was like,
Vine?
No, there was one after that, and it was called. I keep wanting to call it Venmo, but that's the money trading service. I forget what it's called, but it was just like Insta stories basically, and it was like really popular for about 3 weeks, and then just went away.
Viesco?
So I was kind of hoping that would happen with TikTok, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So maybe I should embrace it.
I really want them to bring Venmo.
Yeah.
To Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy in LA owes me $50.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Andrea.
huh?
And the horse after him.
Yeah, it's a horse.
Fucking horses, man.
This man horse. But he owes me $50, and he keeps going like, oh, I'll Venmo you, and I'm like, I don't have a Venmo. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just ended there. But he owed me $50 still.
Well, I knew there'd be a purpose for this episode, and it's to find that man.
I forgot his name.
Oh, that's going to make it really tough. I wish Venmo existed, too. I'd love to send you both money right now.
Yeah, that'd be...
In Venmo, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we go send each other money.
Yeah, let's just send each other money. But that's what's weird is, like, what do we even do with money right now besides, like, like food, like order delivery? There's nothing. Like, I've been buying a lot of, like, software.
Yeah.
Software? What software?
Like audio software, like only Alexi would appreciate it. like I have like no one to tell about it. It's like I'll text Alexi and be like, "Oh, I bought the Arteria Vintage Keys collection. It was pretty good."
I love it.
Only she would care, probably.
I've been buying just snacks and cookies and then just spraying bleach on it.
I can't wait.
Just ruining these cookies that I'm buying with bleach.
I can't wait to see how fucking fat everyone gets. That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gaining weight.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am gaining weight because I'm eating a lot, but I'm not doing any work. Like, everyone's like, can you please... They're like, can you please do something here? You're here, please. And I'm like... and I'm like, yes, I'm trying, and I'll pretend I'm doing something, and then I'll hide from them.
What's your best hiding spot?
Behind the couch.
Yeah.
Because then everyone goes to sit on the couch, and they're like, "Where's Andrea?" And I'm like, behind the couch, and no one knows. And then until it's dinner time, and they're like, "Dinner time," and then I'll like run out from behind the couch, and I'll go to the table.
That reminds me of when I was like 8. My mom got me an iguana.
Yeah.
And I loved him. And then my cat got him. And then he was like had like really bad PTSD. And then he escaped his cage or his tank. And then you just lived on eggshells for a while, just knowing that there's an iguana somewhere in your house that's mad at you. And it bit my mom. It was mad, and my cat was like toying with it and torturing it. And then one day we just didn't see him for a long time. And then one day we moved the couch, and he was dried up behind the couch.
Oh my god, that's scary.
That reminded me of this. We were like walking through Queen Elizabeth Park the other day, and we were walking past a goose, and we're like, "Oh, that's such a nice." Yeah. We were walking past the goose. We're like, "This is such a nice goose." And as we walked by, it like came at us with its tongue out, like it was gonna bite our ankles.
I think I went to
oh my
god! Those things are dickheads.
Yeah,
those fucking guys are. Yeah, they're jerk offs.
Honestly,
jag off.
And they're friends.
My mom wanted. We were like thinking of getting guard dogs for the farm, and my mom was like, "No, let's get guard geese."
Maybe more effective, honestly.
Yeah, no, my grandpa. Yeah. Because my grandpa used to have a farm in China, and then he said that geese were better guard animals than dogs.
Really?
Yeah. And I told Levi, he was like, they would just fly. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, dogs ran away too. Like, and then and he was just like being a dick about it, and I was like, no. I'm pretty sure it works. So we're going to try to get some geese. I don't know where you get geese. So
how do you make them stay with you instead of just leave like
I think you just feed them.
You just what?
I think you feed them.
It cut out. It cut out right into something you said. I think you just fuck them.
You f the geese. That's how you loyal. You fuck them really good, and then they're like, damn, I have to stay.
You're like a geese pimp, the way you talk.
I'm like, damn. Some good fucks here. I don't know how people talk about sex. I don't know how people talk about sex.
Yeah. I think that's probably how people talk about sex.
Oh, some good fucks here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I don't know how to make a goose loyal.
Yeah, how do you keep a goose loyal?
Geese are probably more loyal than bitches, though.
That is true. That is true.
Because girls are dumb. No.
Yeah, man. So unloyal. I say that. I say you're no more loyal than a goose.
Yep. People say that.
This has been a really interesting episode.
Very animal-based.
Yeah, I mean, it always ends with me and Andrea, actually. We always end up talking about snakes or something.
Yeah.
Right. Even though against our wills. What?
I know. I realized I never got to ask you this question, which is that what kind of day jobs did you have growing up?
Okay. So I worked at Dairy Queen. I worked at this Dairy Queen near my house, which was a big part of my life, actually. Really? Yeah, because it was my first job. I was 15. And then, and like the training was so intense for some reason. I think anyone that's worked at DQ can tell you this. It's like a shared experience because they have this like training program. Bar? Yeah, like the fucking swirl thing. You know, the swirl at the top of the thing. They make you practice like an hour.
Really?
They make sure that it's perfect. They want the swirl to be perfect, and like.
Oh my god.
And okay. My training manager, he was like, he brought out a huge bucket. He was like, here. And I was like, what is this for? He's like, this is for all the wasted ice cream because you're going to practice your swirl. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, And so we practiced the swirl and we filled up the bucket of ice cream because my swirl, I mean, I did it perfect on like the second time. And he was like, oh, well, we're still going to keep practicing. Because it was more of like a stunt, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then like a goose.
Yeah, and
spirits.
Yeah, he was like trying to be intense for no reason about a fucking ice cream squirrel. Okay, and then the upside down thing too with the blizzards.
They're just showing off when they do that, you know.
Yeah, they're very serious about that. They're like, you have to do it. Like, if you don't do it, you guys will be in trouble. And I'm like, okay. And but yeah, no, I had DQ, and then I worked at Victoria's Secret, which was weird.
Whoa, really? The one downtown?
In Metrotown in Burnaby.
Wow.
Yeah, and I opened that store. A lot of guys wanting to buy stuff for their girlfriends. A lot of girls who are lost. I don't know. I feel like girls only shop there when they don't know what else is better, because I found better options now. Yeah. But I used to shop there and just like, oh, what do I do? You know, it's just very lost. Mm-hmm. But they fired me for not wearing enough makeup.
What?
Really?
They didn't say that. They didn't say that, but like, I know that's why, because I just would not try. And also I would like fuck around too much, like, because I had my own room, I had my own department.
Yeah.
And I would just like hide from customers, and maybe they saw, like I would hide, like if someone came in, I would hide from them because I didn't want to help them. And then they would find me, and I would be like, "Oh hey, oh sorry."
Sounds a lot like the farm work, Andrea.
Yeah, I hide. I like hiding.
Yeah.
If
Cool.
someone wants me to do work, and then where else? Oh, and then I ended up working at the Keg, which was a huge part. I worked there for like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you guys?
What were you doing there?
At the Keg, I was hosting,
Mm-hmm.
and then I finally moved up to serving, and then I served at the bar for a year.
Tips.
Yeah, it was good. But then when I was hosting, I was so hungry with power. Like, I was like mad. I was mad with power. Sorry,
Really?
I was hungry for power, but also I had a lot of power and I wielded it. And
What?
I like used it to just bully like teenage hostesses.
What did you do?
Cause like I was the host manager basically, and like, and I just, all the new hostesses, they would be on, like they would just, I would just tell them what to do, and then they weren't that good at following instruction, or maybe I was too hard on them.
Yeah.
But like, I yelled at them all the time. I had so many people like just be like, "You can't talk to me like."
Oh my god! I love that.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then like, and I always respected them for standing up to me afterwards. But then,
You are a pimp.
yeah,
It's about you.
if you give me an inch, I will take the full meter, or whatever the saying is.
That's so Canadian. Have you?
Yeah.
I don't even know the actual saying. I'm like, but yeah, like, basically, yeah. So yeah, I made a lot of hosts cry. A lot of hosts cried, and then the managers were like, "You have to apologize. You have to apologize." I know and I'm like, "But she was being stupid." And then they're like, "I know. I was there. She was being stupid. You're right. I'm on your side, but you still have to apologize." I'm like, "Okay." And then, so yeah, a lot of that shit happened, and that wasn't good, I think. And then once I started serving, I was level. And I was still actually mean to the hostesses. I was like, "You guys fucking do your jobs," because none of them were as good as me. I was the best hostess.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like that either you're power hungry or you'll just hide. Those are your two speeds.
I know. I went from like hiding from responsibilities to just like, yeah, because I was pushed to being the front of house. Like I had managed all the seating and reservations and all the stuff. Like, yeah. It was actually a lot of. It was actually a lot more responsibility than they should have given me.
Did you, when you worked at Dairy Queen, did you fuck around a lot and like make crazy blizzards, just like experimental and stuff?
Yeah, I would like hide in the freezer and eat the cheesecake.
Seeing a theme here.
I would hide in the fridge, not the freezer. I would die, but the fridge. I would hide in the fridge, and I would eat the cheesecake bits, which is against food safe, I'm sure. And but I would like I eat the cheesecake and the Rolos because they were so good. Yeah. And then I would come out and be like, oh, what's up? Like after the rush, like the rush is happening, I'll come out. And then after my shift, I always make myself like 7 different things to take home. Yeah.
Cool.
I would make a what's it called, a banana split, and I would make I would make a banana split. I would make a sundae because I couldn't decide what I wanted, and I would make a blizzard, and I would make a burger because it was a chill and grill. So we had a grill, and and I would make a burger and then bring it home, and I couldn't finish it all. So I would just put it in, I would just throw it away. So what a waste. And I would do it all over again the next day, you know?
Yeah. You wouldn't just give it to your dog? I guess that would be a bad idea.
No, it's too sugary.
Yeah.
So I don't even ask if anyone wants it. I just straight into the garbage. Just straight into the garbage.
You're a pimp. I'm realizing it's about you.
Yeah.
I'm a savage.
You're a total savage. You're very intimidating.
Yeah.
No one ever knows where you are because you're great at hiding. I'm
good at hiding. I'm good at stealing. I'm good at making. I'm good at making people cry. I'm good at responsibility if you give it to me, but abusing that power.
Yeah. Love that.
I will never be fair.
I love that about you, Andrea.
Thank you.
How are you dealing with not being able to do stand-up?
Oh, horribly.
Really?
Yeah, because I have no outlet. So, like, I'll try to make Levi laugh, and if he doesn't laugh, it's a fight.
Oh,
if he doesn't laugh, I just, like, freak out. I'm like, what? Do you think I'm not funny? Like,
well, how dare
you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so it's not healthy because he shouldn't be my only audience member. But then, so what else am I doing? I guess I'm like
just crowd out there too, because your grandparents are like, that's not funny.
Yeah, they hate jokes, and also they don't understand jokes. They don't know. They don't know. They're
how about the whole debacle of you and I trying to figure out the name of your album?
Oh my God.
That was like 3 weeks of text messages back and forth.
I know, because I was like, I don't know, and I kept looking at other people's albums and being like, what made them think of that name, and then someone would ask me to do farm work, and I would go outside for a second and come back, and then it was all in between, like, different stuff happening, and then I would play with my dog for like 40 minutes, and I would be like, should I name the album just my dog's names? And I was like, no, that would make no sense to anyone. and then finally I listened to the album. I was like, maybe the album will tell me. And then the album's very much my grandma themed, so I'm happy with the name. Yeah.
Which is
Grandma's Girl. Daddy's Girl, but it's Grandma's Girl.
It's funny because that was the very first title we talked about, and then you're like, nah, I'm not gonna. My grandma's ego will get way out of control. I call it that. I don't want to do that. And then we went through all these titles, and then you're like, Grandma's Girl.
Yeah. And because I have like weird. I don't know if it's commitment issues. It might be, but just like I don't like just locking down. And then as soon as I lock down, I always think about, okay, what can I do to back out? And then, like, I don't know what's wrong. But then, like, that night when we were like, oh, yeah, Grandma's Girl. And I was looking at my grandma, and she was, like, being a little bitch. And I was like, I was looking at her. I was like, you don't deserve this. Which is so stupid. Yeah, but, But no, I'm happy with it.
Okay, Andrea, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You keep disappearing. I can only assume you're hiding.
Yeah.
Well, I hope things go really well on the blueberry farm for you. Everybody should listen to your podcast, which is called
I Fucked Up.
Yeah.
With Andrea Jin.
With Andrea Jin.
People think it's hard to. People think I'm like whispering with Andrea Jin. It's a secret. But people think it's hard to find. But if you just search my name, it might be easier. Like just Andrea Jin and like the first podcast. Or
we'll put this out. I'll put the link.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. That's easier.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, get back to your hiding from your farm work.
Yeah, this is actually doing a lot for me right now because everyone needed me this morning. Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, can you make this phone call? Can you do this? Can you go?" I can make phone calls for sure, but I will not do. I won't pick up anything. If you want me to pick up a thing, I won't pick it up. You know,
it's great pimp shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I've been your host, Kevvy. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. And make sure to follow Andrea Jin on her social medias. We'll check in with you next week with our guest, Chris Locke.